Okay guys, I got a 1998 GMC 4x4 with the 5.7 350, and what I got here is I figured out my Egr valve is failing, and there's a couple of ways of checking that out. So what was happening, it was between 2500 RPMs, 2700 RPMs around cruise, it would like chug and stutter and spit and sputter. So there's a couple of ways how to check that, see if your Egr valve is actually failing. One way, if you have a code reader that you can erase the code, one is to unplug it, try to simulate the same problem, go for a drive. I did that and it didn't chug or sputter after that, so that's how I diagnosed that the Egr valve is failing. However, if you don't have a code reader and erase the engine light, there's another way you can do it. With the engine off, take that off, and what you can do is take it off, take a can, you want to grab me that can, and make yourself a gasket. Take a pop can, beer can, and what you want to do is you want to cut all the way around, and then take some scissors, cut it up, cut both ends off, and then you got a piece of tin. So what the purpose of doing this is you're going to block the Egr valve, and this way you can check it that way without having a engine code reader. And just use a felt marker, take the old one out, felt marker, cut it, block it off, put it back on, and then you should be good to test it without the code reader. This is my code reader right here. Of course, this is the you can do erase the code, freeze frame it, all that kind of fun stuff. And of course, you plug that in underneath the dash.
Generic Canadian Tire.
Yes, generic Canadian Tire. Probably pick it up for I can't remember, maybe 200 bucks or something like that. Depends if you have that. So that's one way of checking it to see if that's the actual problem. However, I unplugged it, erased the code, and I bought a new one, which is approximately about 280 bucks at the dealership with the gasket. So we'll cut this and we'll come back. These are two bolts. There's one down in here at the 10 mil bolt, and there's one on the other side which I've got my ratchet on down there as well, and that's a 10 mm bolt as well to remove. Alright, put the new one in, 10 mil bolt, about 20 foot-pounds, reconnect. Plug the wire back in. And we got a new Egr valve. Freddy Shot, you want to go and fire it up?
Sure.
There we go. A nice smooth idle, no issues. Rev it up to about 25, 2500. Awesome. Alright, there we go. Simple fix for an Egr valve on a 1998 GMC 4x4 with a 5.7 Vortec.
GMC Sierra.
GMC Sierra, you bet. Lift kit video later.
6-inch.
6-inch lift suspension.